What's up? It's your boy, The Amazing King, coming to you live and in color, bringing you that oh so amazing touch. I want to welcome you back to another episode of the Get Ready For It podcast, season 4. On this episode, we got a fan favorite back into the building here. But before we get started with that, I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to my co-host.
You already know it's Savage XL once again, back providing everybody with that X and that L. What's happening?
Savage, we are back in season 4, making this thing happen. How do you feel about season 4 so far, my guy?
I got to be honest with you. I'm loving season 4 so far.
I really think it's one of our best. I think we're bringing the quality, the guest, the look. I think we definitely have elevated it to
the energy.
Heights. And I feel as though we have to follow suit because there's people out there making things happen, like our guest right now in the building. My boy, the icon, the legend, the OG, my boy Tyler, the celebrity, is back in the building. What's up, my guy?
Hello, we are back. We are back once again, season 4. Kudos to you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Season 4. I remember season 1 when I was crying. Season 2, I was crying. I was probably crying in season 3, but now we're back and we're new and refreshed and we're 25.
Yeah, but you're doing big things, though.
You're definitely doing big things.
I'm trying.
We're going to get into those big things.
Don't say try. Don't say try. You definitely doing.
Yeah, you definitely making it happen, my guy. We're going to get into all those things. But we like to always start off our episodes with a very fun topic, which we call it the shit that people say on Facebook. These are all statements, quotes that people have stated on Facebook. And we're going to get Tyler's opinion about these statements, and he's going to elaborate on how he feels and how it can probably be applied to anybody and everything. So to go ahead and get this started, the first thing we're going to say is the first one. Mind you, people, I did not say any of this. This is how these people exactly wrote this on Facebook.
I'm nervous.
Don't be. I learned a long time ago not to let the client stress you out. You are in control of your business and rules and must stick to them. Tyler, get into this one for me, because I know you being a businessman, the clients can stress you out. Talk about that a little bit.
I think you should always control what you can control. The client they are stressful. They can be. But you do never let them stress you out. You're the business owner. This is your business. Be fair. Always be fair. I think people miss the fair part. But I think the client has to be fair to us too.
I would have to say the same. I think definitely for us, for African American, maybe younger people like yourself, these clients, man, they will like call you like outside of your. Have you ever dealt with a situation where you're having a client and you're telling everything is right, but they're contacting you after your business hours? Talk about that. How do you feel about when a client contacts you in your personal time?
On my personal time, I'm just like, hey, that's not what's going on right now. My normal business are XYZ, and if there's anything I can be reached between then. And then if you continue, I'm just going to be like, all right, I'm going to block you now because this is kind of my time. But normally they kind of get the hint, so I didn't have to get too far. But just don't. Respect our boundaries.
Respect their boundary, because let me tell you something, they need that time to themselves to make sure that your stuff that you working on is good, so they can have the energy to do that. Savage, you have an opinion about that?
Well, you know, I recently started my business with personal training, so definitely when it comes down to the clients, they feel they can just really harass you any time of the day.
Right.
And, you know, dealing with stuff, especially on social media, you know, they feel like, oh, you're supposed to be doing this too, when how you handle your business is how you handle your business. I got to say, the customer is not always right, but we try to help them out.
So the next one I want to say is, well, you really have to be careful. There's a lot of scammers going on today. Folks are desperate for money and running scams left and right. People, if you don't sound right, don't mess with it. How do you feel? Do you feel like there's a lot of scammers going on?
I think there's a lot of scamming going on, but I think scamming is going to always go on, in a sense. I think you just have to kind of move around it, make sure your I's are dotted, your T's are crossed, and just, you know, move on with the business.
Because we live in Florida.
We do. We live in Tampa, Florida.
And we know what happens down and here down in Florida.
Yeah, we know what goes on. So, I mean, you try to prevent it as much as possible, and never let it deter your move. Because simply like, oh, I was scammed. Oh, I mean, put your legals in place, protect yourself, and move forward.
Always.
Savage, have you ever been scammed before at all?
Not due to business, but I've definitely had some stuff done on my credit card. So, yeah.
Those are the worst.
Yes, yeah. Quick story for me. When I was like, I think I had to be like 20, 24, 25, 26. I'll keep going up. There's one bank that I bank with all the time, right? And I was like coming home. No, I was checking my checking account, and I kept noticing that somebody was taking out 1 cent every single day out my check. Like, why are they doing that?
check.
I'm like, what are they doing? Because I'm not knowledgeable at all. I'm just like, what's going on? I'm like, it must be something with the bank. So that Friday, I was going home and I checked my account, and they had like got me for $8,000. And I could have fucking. I think I had broke down. I went to the bank. And I was like, and that's when I started learning about, that's what people do to check to see if you're checking and bring an alert to these little things like here. It was like, because they kept doing it. Because it took me forever for some reason to close the account because the bank was like, you got to come in person to do that. You got to do this and stuff like that. I'm like, I work at 9 to 5. So they kept getting me and I kept disputing it back. I was on the phone with the bank for hours and they had got me with PayPal. And it's even like little things with your Wi-Fi. Be careful with that. Don't sign into everybody seems Wi-Fi because they can really get into.
It's so scary.
It's really scary. The man said that he was like, he went to my like mobile banking. He's like, well, it looks like you have logged into your mobile banking like 60 times in the last. I'm like, how did they get my mobile password? He's like, you probably signed into somebody's Wi-Fi and that's how they got it. So listen, Florida.
Wow.
They scamming out here, so please definitely be careful out there. Definitely my entrepreneurs that are handling a lot of money, even small amount of money. Just be careful.
Protect yourself. Insurance.
Next one is make your dreams of 2021 become your reality in 2022. I wonder who I got that from.
That's big facts, though.
Tyler, do you want to elaborate that? Because I got that exactly from you, my guy.
I believe that you have to live out your fantasy. I believe you have to live out your dream. I sit in here like I'm always thinking like, dang, like I've done so much. I have an insurance license. I have a childcare director's license. I have a tattoo license. I had a preschool that we're like gonna get that back going for my sister soon. Now we're opening a med spa, and then I want to be a rapper at one point in time, just doing everything I can so anything you dream, like you can make it a reality. And if I'm not proof of that, I don't know who is. I don't know.
Let me go ahead and get. Yeah, you gotta drop the bomb on you, man.
Yeah, it's a lot. You gotta do what feels good. Do what feels right until you figure out, kind of find where your niche is.
I got a question for you, Tyler. A lot of people say you're supposed to just pinpoint and stay on one thing and, put your focus into that. You're an entrepreneur and you do a lot of things. You have many different businesses. You just said you have a lot of different licenses. Mm-hmm. Would you agree with that statement? Because, again, I know you can spread yourself so thin, but being as talented as you are and having that ambition, what would you say to those who make that statement?
I would say, I kind of forgot the statement. I'm sorry. That was a lie.
His statement was basically trying to say that there's people that when they start working, they do multiple things instead of just focusing on one. Okay. His statement is, do you agree with doing multiple things at once?
That's kind of loaded. Mm-hmm. And I say it's loaded because we live in a social media age.
We do.
And whether you want to admit it or not, social media drives the culture. It says we should be doing this and we should be doing that and this is hot. So I would, focus on one thing. Find your niche, find your one thing. But who's not to say to try a lot of other things too? I think you have to just continue shooting to see what shoots. You have to kind of, it's loaded because you should find one thing and focus on and hone in and give it your all 100%. But then, who's to say you can't do another thing?
Right.
Who's to say you can't dibble into something else? I just think you have to find your top 3. List out everything you want to do, find your top 3, and then go for the top 1. And if 1 is shaky, go for 2. 2's for shaky, go for 3. But as long as you stay the course of anything you're doing, you'll be fine.
I think I agree with what Tyler is saying. I do feel as though personally that I'm gonna use an example. I'm gonna use my boy Casey. Casey, the graphic designer extraordinaire, currently based out in the ATL. I remember when he said he first started, his main thing that he focused on was graphic design. Yeah. And then once he mastered graphic design, that's when he started to sprout out to do other things. So I would have to agree. I feel like you have to be able to be. There's a phrase that people use, like being a person that can do everything but a master of none. I feel like you have to be something that you are a master of, anybody can come to you, like, you know for sure what to do. And then once you learn that, you can start to sprout. Like Beyonce, she's a singer. Then after she was sealed that as being a great singer, she started to acting and clothing and stuff like that.
I agree.
Because I feel like a lot of people, they start like, okay, I want to be an author. And half-ass that, and then they start like, I want to be a chef, and then half-ass that. Like, I want to be a shoe designer, and then half-ass that. I want to make socks, and half-ass that. Like, you have to actually take the bullet and say, you know what, I'm going to try my best at this, and I'm going to try to master this, and then I'm going to move on.
Agreed.
I agree.
To exceed to that. And I think that's a lot of people's issue. They want to do everything. They see people on Instagram, oh, this person does this, or Tyler does this and that. He started from level 1, and then that's how he progressed to doing all these other things outside of what he mainly focused on. This man is an educator, entrepreneur, a promoter.
God.
The list goes on.
The list goes on. I wanted to say, I wasn't going to say party promoter because it's a different word that you use, and it just slipped in my mind real quick. What is the word?
I'm just an event curator. I'm where the
A
vibes
curator.
are. I am where the vibes are. We are actually it's kind of weird because I like to do a lot of things. So now, like, I want a whole brunch club.
Right.
Like, so now I want to focus on that while still pushing this med spa. I mean, you have to really find what works for you.
Stay ambitious.
Stay ambitious, stay driven, but stay focused is the main thing. And I think we use social media and it distracts us.
It does.
And it's speaking to myself too, because I mean, we all are seeing what others are doing and how they're doing it, and we all want to learn and run for the finish line. But there's importance in the process, and we have to go through the process to keep where we're going.
So I have another one. This will be your year, but you will need to heal and let go of what has been causing you unhappiness. I got this from our girl, Miss Cole. Cedric's mother, who's been on the podcast before.
Okay.
What do you feel?
Definitely
What do you feel? What do you feel when what do you think she meant by that? And what does that mean? What do you get from that?
You can't move forward without confronting your past. And I think we're scared of the past because we're so used to being how we used to be, but there's greatness outside of your comfort zone. So from that, I think you just have to leave what is and pick up the pieces and keep moving forward.
What about you, Savage? What do you think? What do you take away from that?
You got to let go of your baggage. I mean, a lot of people carry a lot of stuff around and they don't really know how to let it go, and it eats at them, and they can never get to that level they want to get at because they're weighed down. So, I mean, she definitely dropping gems.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think we all can pinpoint maybe certain things that we're unhappy about or brings us unhappiness. But are we going to do the things that we need to do to remove those unhappy moments out of our lives, or those that being a person, thing, place, scenario, hour of the day?
Hard part.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So how do you guys deal with things of the past? Like, what are things you do to deal with it?
He put us on the spot with that one.
I did.
How do I deal with things from the past? I try to use those things as motivation.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of an example. I'm trying to think of an example of something that I've used for motivation. Savage, can you go before me?
Yeah, I got you. Don't worry about it. To be honest, I'm my worst critic.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a perfectionist. So when something doesn't go right, when I see that it's not coming out the way that I envisioned in my head, it could be really good to everybody else around me, but because I do not like it, I will push it off to the side.
Okay.
And I have a lot of projects and things that I've been working on that could have been great potentially, but I just left them, by the wayside. So I guess one thing I try to grow, I go back and look at something that I created, and I'm like, okay, I did this. I know I can do something better. Mm-hmm. So that's something I'm trying to get over, that perfectionist. And that actually, it causes a lot of regret too.
Okay.
So I'm trying to balance them both.
Okay.
Okay, I got it. I don't know. I'm gonna use the podcast as an example. I remember when I first started the podcast, there was a lot of people that told me that you're probably not going to succeed at that, or you're not doing it the successful way, or that's not how they do it. And what I used that energy as was a way to motivate me to keep pushing. Like,
gotcha.
No, I'm going to prove a point. I'm really big on that. I'm sorry. Like when somebody tells me I can't do something, I'm going to definitely be like, "Oh, really? You don't think I can do that? Are you telling me that? Oh no, I'm going to do it."
Okay.
And I've been very successful in that. And all my situations with me writing my first book, with me doing the podcast and it being successful. That's one of the biggest part, being successful.
So I have to say, and this is actually kudos to King, because there was a point where we did actually work together, and I remember this literally from the beginning. Him writing out things to the original logo that we came up with, even down to the name, when he was trying to figure out what was the podcast going to be called. And he literally worked on this every day. We'll be at work, he'll be trying to do this. We'll be at work, he'll be trying to do. He would ask questions. And what a lot of people don't understand about King is that he is very sound. He's steadfast with what he puts his mind to.
Okay.
And so I always give him his kudos on this, because definitely the success with the podcast, sometimes I get in my own head to where I have my own ventures outside of the podcast, and I might not be doing the promotion that I should. But he stays very consistent with it.
That you do. And that is definitely a testimony to you. Like, I can't believe we're sitting here for season 4.
Season 4.
I know, man.
What?
This shit hard, man.
I'm so excited to see growth, and to see when you, like you said, focus on one thing and give it your all, and look what can come from it. And this is nothing. Like, it's huge, but it's nothing compared to where you're gonna go. So I think you should be proud.
Thank you, man. You don't listen.
VH1, if you listening, we trying to get up on this. So
Yeah, like, what's good? Cut the check.
hey, for real.
Breakfast Club, Netflix, cut the check. Like,
Amazon, all that and above, man. We coming
Oh, we gonna show out. We get like that
for real,
Like,
live
cut
in
the
color, for real.
check.
We coming hard.
Where's the red table talk? Like, hello, somebody.
I'm saying, right? The next one I want to say, for everyone that has never had someone clap for them, I'm clapping for you.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That's definitely a big one. That's definitely a big one.
A lot of people don't get enough support.
A lot of people don't. I feel like a lot of people
I
get
hate
the
that.
support after the fact, which is
hate
crazy.
that.
There's a saying like that. Say a lot of people won't support you until it's cool to do so.
Yes,
So
very true.
it is like
Or when it's trendy to do it. Like, oh,
Yeah.
they see that
Yeah.
somebody's reposting your stuff. Oh, that must mean I need to
Yeah.
repost it as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Which is crazy how that works. You would think people would want to show you that support in the beginning, but they want to wait until like it's done in the
Yeah.
which is crazy. I don't know why people are like that.
I don't agree. I don't get it. I think it's super weird. I think we should all get out of that mind frame and support someone at least once.
Right.
At least once. I mean, we are all growing.
Yeah.
We're all trying to figure it out. We're all trying to make a way and make a name for ourselves. So support. It's okay to support. It's okay to clap. It's okay to repost. It's free.
But I think
That's
that's the reason why my bad, King.
You go.
That's the reason why I think people don't do it though, because they feel as if they look at Tyler the celebrity and they're like, oh my God, he's doing all these great things, but then they internally look at themselves and like, oh, I'm inadequate. I'm not up to that. So in turn, they don't want to help. They don't want to support you. They don't want to clap for you because they're feeling down on themselves.
You got to take that up with God. You got to take that up with God and look in the mirror and literally figure out who you are. And once you know that, I mean, I'm still figuring out who I am. Like,
We all are.
people see, like I said, I always say people see the high moment, but you don't know that being an entrepreneur is hard. It's not for the faint of heart. And if you got the balls to do it, then do it. And that's just what it is. And I mean, you should always question yourself as to why you are the way you are. What makes you tick? What makes you happy? What makes you go on and go for it? Even if you don't know, try something. I didn't know I like to paint. And now I'm at, what is it? You do the dishes almost once a week painting, and I'm just doing it. I'm doing things that make me happy, and on this journey, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, you internally should know who you are and know where you want to go. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I feel as though if you are looking at an entrepreneur and the first thing that comes to the first feeling that comes to you is envious and jealousy, that's something that's a you issue.
It's a you thing, and I hate that for you, and I wish you'd check yourself into some therapy or like have some sit downs with yourself, and because it's not okay.
It's not. It's very odd in my opinion, because every entrepreneur that I've saw, that I know of, they work really hard for their business, and they started from level 1, and it was not easy. So to see their working product on social media, and the first thing you feel like, oh my, I ain't doing that. They're posting too much. Kiss my ass.
Yeah, like get with the program.
For real,
Start
get with the program.
your business.
Yeah. These, for me, my social media is used for social media moments, but
You were hanging out. Wait a minute.
Marketing.
You were hanging out. out.
That
not too long ago.
That was a little trip. That was a little
showing
trip.
His natural black ass.
He was.
But majority
Love to see
of
it.
it I use. I do. That's the biggest. Like nowadays, that's the biggest marketing and promotion is social media.
It is.
That's the biggest tool that you can
It is.
use,
Social
and people
media.
just don't.
Use it the right way.
Yeah.
Use it the right way. The last one before we move on to our next list. This is something that somebody else said. I don't know who said this. They said that I'm the janitor, the handyman, the receptionist, the content creator,
Yeah.
and the leader,
Yeah.
and the boss. Who said that? And where did that come from?
Man,
Tyler?
it's just you got to start. You got to start. So this is my first solo project on my own, with no investor friend, no guidance friend, no mentor. This is my first project alone, so it's hard. So me going back to the old role, like I'm sweeping the floor, I'm picking up the phone, I'm posting the content, and I think people forget what level one looks like. And I'm people, because I'm people having like spoiled brat syndrome, but there's beauty in the bottom, and that's where we are.
Because you learn from the bottom, right?
Yeah.
No.
You learn lessons that
Can only be taught from the
Yeah.
experience.
can only be taught, and it gets some dirt under your nails, gives you tough skin. You may get some cuts, bruises, eyes that might be bloodshot red from crying, but I mean, you gotta like it's not for the weak. And
Definitely
I wish this for everyone. I wish a business of some sort or a high paying position. I wish happiness for everyone. So get out of your way.
Yeah.
So, guys, that was our segment, the shit people say on Facebook. But it was actually a great segue. I wonder who came up with that. Anyway, a great segue to our next segment for Tyler the Celebrity.
Let's
Once
talk about
again,
it.
my guy has been making a lot of moves, but he just started talking about his project that he's working on now. Tyler, let's go into that. Let's talk about the body section. Let's talk about that.
The body section is
Tell me how it started,
Oh,
begun,
God.
the mind, the name. Where did all that? Let's get into that.
Y'all gotta put some Zen music behind it.
The body section started. So during the pandemic, I took some classes, some beauty classes. So before I did anything else, I wanted to be a hairstylist. I wanted to do hair and just get into the beauty world. But I chose another route, school, business, that kind of was my first love. So now I took a brow class with Shay, U Brow Bar, best brow teacher ever. U Brow Bar Shay taught me brows. My friend, she actually pushed me to do it. So we did that. Then I fell in love with just the beauty aspect. So then the body section came to play, and we focused on body sculpting, weight loss, skincare, yoni steams. There's so much going on. Lashes, just a whole. I want it to be a one-stop beauty shop, and who knows
There
beauty
you go.
better than the boys? Period.
Hey.
When you first brought up this idea to your friends and family, was everybody with it? It was like some people like doubters that thinking, no, you maybe not want to go that way. Let's talk about those people, because those are people that we have the doubters.
I think I really don't know, truthfully. I'm in a space where I'm moving gracefully into a space where it's all about me. And I think people take that as narcissistic. People take that as selfish. But when you've had a good run of friendships and relationships failing up, down, left, right, you kind of clap for yourself.
Yeah.
So no matter what happened, this is what Tyler's doing currently. Either you're here or you're not. I love you. I respect you. But this is what we're doing.
Have you had any falling out with anyone because of the business moves that you've been making?
None that were important.
We've had some disagreements. It's just there are reasons and seasons for things.
That's true.
And I think we all have to I went through like a major life soul search. And I'm still on this journey. I know it sounds like the cool thing to do, but it's a real thing. And I wish everyone kind of just really reflects to who they are. And I think fallouts are just, I'll see you laters.
Okay.
Fallouts aren't bad. Everything has an end, but for something new to begin. So as far as falling outs, I'm kind of dancing around the topic, but no.
Okay.
Just some disagreements. That's all.
Okay.
Where did the name The Body Section come from? Like, where did you find, because like I'm the type of person, like, once again, anytime I come up with something, I spend time like, okay, this is the name that's going to catch the eye. Where did The Body Section come from?
The body section, because we are our body, we are our hair, we are what we think. We're in a world where it's all about you. So the body section encompasses every part of your body. You want your lashes done, come get them done. You want a nail spa day, come get them done. You want weight loss and body cavitation, you want laser lipo, you want to get snatched, come get them done. That's where we're at the body section. Every part of your body we service.
All in one spot.
That's the move.
This is like, how to say this is like an interview question. That's not an interview question. What separates your business from other people's business that does things like similar? What can I get from you that I can't get from somebody else?
Experience. When you walk through the doors, and even though we're still in the building stages, that goes to me being the janitor, the receptionist, and XYZ. I'm an experience no matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing. I'm always going to leave a lasting impression on you. And me doing that with business, just being that as a person, with business, it's like, oh, I remember him. He did this. He's so knowledgeable on this. I'm big on knowing what you're doing and how you're doing it. So when you come, you're going to get knowledge. You're going to get a good greeting. You're going to get additional information that maybe you did or didn't know. And you're going to get just an overall wonderful experience. If not from me, from anyone working there.
What's probably the hardest, because you do a long list of things, right? Mm-hmm. What's the hardest thing that took you the longest to learn? Like, what was like, I got to get this. I'm struggling with it, but I got to get this perfect to suit the customers and the clients.
Patience.
Okay.
Patience.
Explain
patience.
I don't have any of that. I'm being real.
I am learning day by day. Like I said, it's my first solo project. So I'm learning that it's okay for this not to get done right now. It's okay for this not to happen. It's okay for you not to respond. It's okay for it's okay. Be in the moment. We want to be somewhere 10 steps ahead with not missing step 2, 3, and 4. So I think the biggest thing that I've had to learn was just patience.
Where can people find The Body Section? Like, if I want to book an appointment, where can I book an appointment at, Tyler?
You can always go to the link in my bio, Tyler the Celebrity, click The Body Section, or it has its own Instagram.
It does.
It's actually going through a reconstruction phase because, once again, I am always staying with the upbringing. You should always be with the now. Keep being interactive. Keep posting, keep engaging, keep doing things. So we're going through a whole social media rebrand. Now, commercials are coming. Ads are coming. Our salon license just got passed. Thank God that was a 3-month process. Oh, my goodness. So now, we're coming at you loud, live, and in color. What's going on?
And where are you guys located? What's the address? Where are you guys located at?
1016 West MLK Boulevard, Sefner. 336.
Stop playing with my boy.
Yeah.
I gotta go find it. So you heard my boy. Make sure you guys check out the link in the bio. I'm actually I'm looking at it right now on his page. It's The Body Section. He has everything in the bio, including the address and the link. He has all the information regarding how to book appointment. He got something on here with a mask on the faces. What is this
going on? Masks.
All that skincare treatment.
So my ladies, if y'all trying to go get looking good, get your body snatched, like he said, The Body Section is the place to go. And do you have
get those teeth? I'm looking at all this stuff. Stop playing with my boy.
You can also get your teeth white, and there's so much going on. It's all about beauty, soul. Get into your bag with yourself. Let us help you.
You have a set date for when everything is going to be?
Our grand opening is set for March. It is set for March. Info coming soon. I want it to be really big. I want it to be a bling blah wow. This is what we're doing.
Okay.
Make sure you guys check my boy out on every single platform that he is on. I want to talk about something that you did recently here with one of the most hottest new magazines out there from my boy Cedric Hollywood and also my boy Casey, graphic designer extraordinaire. You had a feature in the Pop Out magazine.
I did. Pop Out magazine. Push up, pull up, pop out.
Let's talk about that. How did that come to be, and how was that feeling being featured in that magazine?
Man, I love Casey. If I know nothing else, I know Casey is one of the hardest working guys I know.
Shout out to Casey.
He will literally grind until his like fingers bleed. We linked up. He gave me this idea. Casey's had this idea for a little bit now, and I'm so glad he moved on it the way it did, because now Pop Out is a big, major thing.
It really is.
Blowing up. He was like, "What's good?" I said, "Casey." Shout out to KL Harold. That is my friend, my publicist, my manager, everything. KLH Live. She really got the plug. She got me and my friends articles. We were in the club celebrating. And it was just a great collaboration. Casey and I are always going to do things together. And I'm so happy to support him in anything he does. And yeah, Pop Out is on the move. Young Black entrepreneurs making it happen.
Yeah. Make sure you guys check out their monthly issue.
He definitely been making moves
on all platforms and stuff like that. And definitely, if you want to be featured, make sure you hit my boy up, because he definitely is supporting Black entrepreneurs and things like that. Shout it out.
Definitely is.
Now, recently, Tyler, you got a little bit older, a little bit wiser.
I did.
You hit the big 2-5.
Stop.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. You recently turned 25. How do you feel about reaching that milestone?
I'm grateful nonetheless. I am grateful, one, to be able to have such an amazing starting run of my 20s. I have been awarded so many opportunities to be in so many rooms and do so many things so young. But now I truly feel like it's time for things to make sense. I feel like once you reach 25, it's like, all right, what are we doing? It's 2022, so we really have to get into our bags, like really figure out what we're doing, how we're doing it, and just really planting those seeds. Because before we know it, we'll be wishing that we did, and I'm never going to be a wisher. Never.
Let me ask you a question. I think this is a question that most people ask when they get to a certain milestone, 25, 30, 40, 50. Do you feel like you are where you want to be in life right now at the age of 25?
Do I feel like I am where I want to be? No. But I think that's going to be a forever thing. I think there's always room for growth. There's always room for improvement. So where we want to be is always just going to be dependent on what you dictate happiness to be. Am I happy? Of course. Am I loving where I am? Definitely. Do I think I am at an amazing point? Of course. Yeah, I'd be like a fool and very ungrateful. So to be 25, am I where I want to be? No. But am I constantly striving? Yes, every day. Every day.
So this year, and the year of grace. Let's talk about that.
The year of grace.
The year of grown man. The year of favor. The year of grace.
Yeah.
I want you to explain, where does that come from, and why is that so important in your 25th year of your life? Why is the year of grace important to Tyler? Because you put that, and I saw that on a couple of your social media platforms. I'm like, I need to know a little bit more about this. Why is that so important to you?
Grace, because I have done a lot. I've overcome a lot. I've knocked down so many doors of importance. That's with the sheriff's department, lawyers, business owners, just thinking I'm, too young, or he's inexperienced, or this, that, and the third. I've knocked down so many barriers so young. So now I want to move with grace. I don't want to be the same person I was years ago, kicking down doors. I want to move. I want to be of the room. I feel like if you are the biggest fish in your pond, where are you jumping into another one? So now I'm jumping into those ponds because now we're playing in the big leagues. So now, where once I was, I guess, like the one to be looked at, the biggest fish, now we're I'm in a pond of sharks, and it's just like, what do you do?
Time to evolve.
What do you do? It's time to grow. Yeah. It's time to make it make sense. The year of grace, the year of favor, the year of moving with great intentions. I believe that if you move with grace, if you move with good intent, if you are always a good person, you will be rewarded in whatever avenue you partake in.
What do you, Savage, what does grace mean to you?
Elegance. Just the word in itself, elegance, being smooth. Like Tyler has said, he's moving very smoothly, very effortlessly with his thought process, with his businesses, with his decision making. So, I mean, a year in grace, I mean, he's definitely doing so. He's making things happen, and he's, even though it's hard for you maybe behind the scenes, you're making it look very effortlessly.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. I mean, but it's facts, though.
It is.
When I look at the year of grace, I take that as a personal statement.
Very.
The year of grace I take that towards myself. You know, I say that because I think a lot of times we are hard on ourselves
Very.
in multiple areas of our lives, business-wise, personal lives, and we do not give ourselves any grace. I think it's okay to relish in your achievements.
Okay.
You deserve that.
Agreed.
I feel as though it's you may not be exactly where you want to be, but you're working towards there. So you deserve to give yourself grace. So when you say that, that's what I look at it as. And I wrote that down at my workstation at my job. I was like, grace, because sometimes we are hard on ourselves, that not being where we want to be, not
Correct.
achieving where we want to be at, maybe not being in the financial situations
Right.
that we want to be in. So
That's
the
a
year
lot
of
of people.
grace, you guys, that is extremely important. If you haven't added that to your
Please.
2022
Please.
like phrases or words, put that shit on a shirt or whatever. Excuse
Please.
me. The year of grace. I really like that, Tyler, when you wrote that. So I said I got to talk about that.
We have to just love you, love yourself, and just move in a way. Like, I plan to just come in a room and float. Like, when I think of grace, I just think of literally someone floating in the room and just being in the room. You see they're assertive, they're not aggressive, you know who they are. I'm over the thought of millennials are just wild and rambunctious. Some of us are literally put together. Some of us are polished. Some of us are educated. We are literally leading in every avenue. You're crazy. Like, you're crazy. Show us some respect.
Please do. So let me talk about something else. I'm going to take it back just a couple months ago. In December, you did something called the Tampa Holiday Collaboration. Let's talk about that. How did that come to be? And what did that mean to you by doing that?
That was a project. We actually did two projects. We actually did, we sponsored an entire classroom. Dr. Harold and I, KLH Live, we sponsored an entire classroom for the holidays. And then she actually plugged us into her friend Sharisha, who is actually, she works for the Park and Rec. And then they had it going on. Jovi York was there. It was a really big thing, and it was so great to see community leaders giving back to the community, actually giving back to the community. They partnered us with just on bikes, and it was a great thing. The mayor was there. It was such a blessing to be there because I remember I was those kids getting those bikes once before.
Right.
Those, like, our project was at Sulphur Springs Elementary School. I went there years and years and years ago. Like, it took me, thank you to Dr. Harold, because she kind of grounded me and allowed me to literally give back and gave us all a chance. Thank you, Sharisha Hills, the mayor, Jovi, Dr. Harold. Like, that was just the most amazing experience because you never, something simple as a bike or a little toy, something that costs us nothing to give. Kids now are forgetting they're just forgetting that people are there for them. It's not always about social media. It's not always about grabbing your tablets, grabbing your phones. Let's go play outside and ride a bike.
Can we expect more collaborations from you?
We are everywhere. I am stepping into the beauty realm. We are kicking down the doors of the beauty realm, actually. So I am on, oh my God, I got a collaboration with Clean Skin Club. This really big, Clean Skin Club, this really big skincare brand. They specialize in like clean towels. They specialize in clean skin utensils, just things to keep your face clean. I got to collab with them. We're working on a collab with Coke. A bunch of things are just in the fire. We are just gearing up, but I am pushing the beauty realm. Like, I want to go the body section, wellness, fitness, everything.
Okay.
Tyler, you
Big
are a
moves.
man of many talents, and you know my boy has been here since it has to be either season 2 or season 1 that you started coming here. And every single time you come here, there's something that has evolved, there's something that has changed, there's something that has grown. And the next time you're gonna see him again, it's gonna be the same thing and the same thing and the same thing and the same thing.
Yes.
So take this advice from my guy: make it happen, make the
it
move
happen,
and try.
Before, excuse me. Before we actually get ready to finish up here, one more time, Tyler, let them know where they can find the body section at.
The body section on Instagram. In my bio, Tyler the Celebrity. Come get it together. Come love on you. We have body treatments, facials, yoni steams, waxing, anything you can think of to make you beautiful. That's what we're doing.
Check my boy out. It's your boy, The Amazing King, coming to you live and in color, bringing you that oh so amazing touch. I want to thank you for joining us for another exciting episode of the Get Ready For It podcast season 4. Make sure you follow the podcast page at readyfor_1, and make sure you follow myself at amazingim_savage. Go ahead and send them out.
And you already know, on my Instagram, find me at Keys_SavageXL. My fitness IG, you can find that at EM_fitness training. And as always, stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Okay.
The celebrity.